Okay, so I couldn't find anything on the internet or on YouTube, anything anywhere that talks specifically about the Goldwing F6B, which is what I have, 2013 model. It is not a deluxe, adding some things to make it that. But this smart turn system, STS, is supposed to be a self-canceling turn signal, and it's supposed to use this little module, and this little module has, I don't know, something in it, so when it turns, when it leans, when it speeds up, it can detect that movement and cancel the turn signal for you. Now, the difficulty that I ran into were the instructions weren't exactly perfect for what I needed. Basic instructions, basically, you got your colored here, red, black, purple, brown, gray, yellow, blue, green, that sort of thing, that go to specific things on your motorcycle, on the F6B specifically. Here it gives you this chart where it has Honda, and it gives you a general idea of what those should be. Those are sort of suggestions. The light blue has a white line in it, if I remember right. The gray is solid gray. The orange has some purple stripes on it, but somebody said somewhere that those were probably length markers and nothing more than that. So those colors are correct here. They're just not only orange or only light blue, that sort of thing. Something I will warn you on is this column here, the connector. This is not the kind of connector you're supposed to be putting onto this wire. No, this is the kind of connector that's already attached to this. So I had all kinds of little issues with this little bullet connector because I put these on this wire, which meant that it didn't fit because I had a female bullet on both ends. So anyway, just be aware that this is a description of the connector that's already attached, not the connector you need to attach to your motorcycle's wiring. All right, so here is the layout that seemed to work for me. Now I do have just a little bit extra going on here because I am in the process, let's see, where's my cable here? I'm in the process of installing some of the show chrome heated grips, which actually was a fairly simple process, especially compared to this. Because on the show chrome heated grips, all you need is a positive and a negative, or a switched ACC power and a ground. And so it was a really simple one. So that's this connector here. So basically ignore all this over here because this is all of the mess of the STS system. All right. What I found to be the simplest thing to do was I grabbed a ground off of the right-hand panel. I've got my tester on there right now, but you can see this bolt right here. That seemed to be a sufficient ground for what we needed. The motorcycles, you see right there, the green, well, it's white with red stripe, green stripe down the middle with the red length markers, I guess it is. That wound up being an ACC power for me. If I'm not mistaken, there were a couple of others in here that would have worked, but it mentioned white in the STS manual, so I kept it with white. Okay, so everything else goes away. You can see I got to fix this one because I tested it and it didn't work. But anyway, let's see. So the ones that you want are the blue. This one's got those length markers on it. The gray and the orange. Orange, if I'm not mistaken, is the left turn signal. Blue is the right turn signal, and the gray is the flasher module. And what I've done here with that too is actually I got some oh gosh, what are they called? I can't remember who makes them, but I got some LEDs, and so I had to put a new module in. You can see it attached back there. Kind of hard to see up in there, but just lifting up the speedometer assembly gave me room to get back up in there and to redo that. But anyway, all right, so back to the STS module. Once you first connect it, they tell you to only connect the motorcycle side. So only connect the motorcycle side, but don't connect the switch side, which is going to your hand switch on the left. Because what it will do, they said, if you're connected correctly, is it will flash once like that, or twice, and allow it to, so you know that it's connected properly. If you do not see those flashes, it says don't continue because something is not connected right. So once those are working, then you can connect this other side. Because of where I've got mine, and because I screwed up on the little bullet connector things, they were mangled beyond use, so I couldn't get them back on. I just used some straight, just basic connectors. I got some here that's easier to see. So just some of those basic not butt connectors. I don't know what those are called, splice connectors. Okay, and then I got some heat shrink things too, and I'll shrink those up here when I reinstall a little bit later. Now, one of the things that I'm going to find difficult here, and I haven't figured this out yet, but I'm still, I still got time. I want to show you all the connections first. Is all this has to sink down underneath here and fit behind the handlebar switch, or excuse me, the handlebar. This little, I don't know what you call it, channel, I guess, for all of this stuff. So what I would suggest is if you take on this, don't splice where I spliced, but choose a place down here much further down so that you are out of the way of all this space that you need for later. So that is the basics of what I'm gonna do. My plan right now is underneath, let's see, okay, you can see that little Y frame thing back in the back there. I should be able to connect this STS module up in there, because you're supposed to have it where it is the logo up as well as the arrow pointing forward. So I should be able to put it back down in here, and I should have plenty of room, but we will see. Otherwise, that is the basics of the STS module. Oh, one more thing. Yep, this is a pain in the rear, and I can't quite figure it out. They tell you to put these little foam things. They're kind of a little foam discs, and there's a fat one and a skinny one, but they tell you to put them down here inside. You can see the one that's down inside that side over here, and then I got one on the other side over there. I don't know if it was a wire splice or if it's something to do with the foam things, but now my normal press to cancel doesn't cancel my turn signal. So basically it's on until it's on, or until you move, or until you turn, and I'm not sure what is up with that. I will do some more research on that and reconnect my wires if I've got something crossed up here, but I don't know why it would do that. The foam things really don't make that much a difference about how that mechanism works in there, because that white thing underneath the switch that moves, basically it stays to one side or the other until you press this and it releases back to the center. It's still doing that. So I don't think it's a mechanism thing. I think it's a wiring thing. So I'm gonna put all this back together and hopefully go for a ride today. Thanks for watching.